Hello everyone, my name is Carl Lacey. I'm the Client Services Manager here at Mindspeller, and I'm delighted to share with you an educational series of videos that demonstrate the benefit of using Mindspeller's products. Now, to give you a little bit more context, to demonstrate the benefits of Mindspeller's innovative solutions, which allows clients to have a clear and defined opinion on how brand assets are being perceived. Welcome to our fourth episode of our video crash course on evaluating creative marketing concepts. In our previous episode, we talked about brand image assets ranging from typography used for logos to influencer endorsement. Today, we'll discuss our third category of brand assets, multimedia concepts, which is the most entertaining of the three categories. We can break down this category into three subcategories: sound marks, jingles, and video ads. Whilst image assets are crucial for brand identity, multimedia assets, including audio elements, play a huge and significant role in enhancing brand recognition. Research shows that multimedia elements can create a more immersive and memorable brand experience. In this lesson, we'll look at some examples and case studies. So let's warm up with a few sound marks. A sound mark is a distinctive sound used to identify and distinguish a brand's goods or services. Similar to Pavlov's famous dog bell, hearing the sound automatically prepares you to receive the associated product or service. Because of their strong associative power, sound marks can be registered and protected, securing exclusive rights to their use. Let's listen to one example. Not too difficult, right? What we just heard is MGM's iconic movie sound mark. I would recognise that lion's roar anywhere. It signals the start of a cosy movie night for me. Consistently using such sound marks can significantly enhance your brand recognition, turning them into valuable brand assets, provided that they are followed by a pleasant user experience, of course. However, staying in the context of a film, another sound mark is definitely becoming increasingly popular and recognised. Let me play it for you. I'm pretty sure you couldn't help but think of Netflix when I played this relatively young sound mark. Hearing it every time you open the Netflix app obviously helps the brand turn this into a memorable asset itself. And now, let's do one more. Probably this one is a little bit more tricky if you're not a 30-plus-year-old gamer. This is the startup sound of the Nintendo GameCube console. The Nintendo GameCube console was sold from 2001 to 2007 and afterwards was replaced by the Wii and later the Switch consoles, who both had slightly different sound marks, by the way. Whilst there are strong arguments for the consistency of brand assets to reinforce brand equity, Nintendo's strategy appears to be one of balancing nostalgia with innovation. By changing the console startup sound, the brand emphasizes the unique identity and fresh experiences of each console generation. However, they will still capitalize on their rich history and nostalgic appeal through other means, such as game design, releasing classic games, or through Easter eggs. This approach allows them to cater for both long-time fans and new audiences alike. The brand dynamic and forward-looking. Let's move on to the jingles now. A jingle is a short, catchy piece of music or song that is primarily used in advertising and in marketing to promote a product, service, or brand. A jingle has the following characteristics. It typically includes a melody and a rhythm that makes it memorable. It often contains lyrics that mention the brand name or slogan, reinforcing the brand message, and it usually lasts longer than a sound mark, often around 10 to 30 seconds. Jingles help consumers remember the brand and its message through repetition and musical elements. Let's listen to some examples.
Eat like a king who's on a budget. 3 tasty options, fries, drink, and nuggets, all for $5. Wait, that can't be right. Just confirm that that's the real price. BK, have it your way.
What are your thoughts on Burger King's jingle? Have you heard it before? Do you believe it reinforces the brand message? In your opinion, is it a brand asset or a liability? After that question, let's see if you remember the next one.
Did somebody say just ding dong? Ring a ding sing, they say just ding. Want my curry in a hurry? Extra sauce on the low.
So what a great catchy tune. Very, very difficult to get out of your head. Have you heard this jingle before? How about the singer of the song? Did you recognise Katy Perry's voice? For this campaign, she agreed to collaborate with Just Eat, an online food delivery service. Now, with Katy Perry's celebrity status, this even rubs off on the brand simply through auditory cue, making you think of her every time you order your next takeout. However, in the multimedia category, there's a lot that can go wrong reputation-wise when creative marketeers get carried away with their intuition. I'll come back to that when we take a look at our case study for this episode. Before I jump into the case study, let's look at a video ad.
Try to make friends.
Want a Dorito?
Hey everyone! The new containing out Doritos!
Doritos?
Doritos!
You make friends.
Do you consider the TV ad for Doritos to be an asset or a liability? Despite the fact that caricatures can sometimes offend certain viewers, this would be considered as an asset because it ticks all of the right boxes. The ad captivates viewers. With its unique and compelling narrative, it creates a strong emotional connection through humour, making it highly entertaining. The storyline, involving both the bus driver and a mom, appeals to Doritos' younger and senior target demographic. The message that Doritos will make you more popular is communicated effectively and sticks with the audience. Now that we have covered a best practice example, let's move on. In the next slide, we will analyse a case study that's a little bit more challenging to assess. The following 3 videos are part of a series of promotional materials launched by Dolce & Gabbana in 2018 to promote a fashion show in Shanghai. The campaign, called We Love China, featured a video and social media posts showing a Chinese model trying to eat Italian food like pizza, spaghetti and cannoli with chopsticks. Now, do you think this ad could be an asset or reliability for the Dolce & Gabbana brand. As we saw in the previous episode, you can take 3 different approaches to make your decision. 1, you can rely on your intuition and gut feelings. 2, you can do a bit of desktop research and take an educated guess. Or 3, you can test the idea and creative ad concept to rely on data science. In the next episode, I'll demonstrate how to use quick and cost-effective data science-based concept testing like MindSpellers. For now, I'll guide you through making an educated guess to avoid relying solely on intuition and potentially risking your brand's reputation. Whilst watching this video ad, what do you think that viewers are likely to notice? First, they'll probably notice the Chinese girl wearing Dolce & Gabbana fashion handling chopsticks. And second, the difficulty she is having trying to get Italian instead of Chinese food with the chopsticks. Note the male Chinese voiceover that accompanies this ad begins to mansplain how to properly eat Italian dishes. This adds to the caricature that is made of this East versus West culture clash. Now, what can we reasonably expect will happen when viewers actually notice these target associations? First, it's reasonable to assume that some urban Chinese viewers might be offended. This is because it's probably not the first time they have eaten Western food. Also, the days of when Chinese only use chopsticks are long gone. Secondly, it's reasonable to assume that making fun of traditional cultures is risky, especially in today's socially conscious climate. Finally, it's reasonable to assume that social media outrage, even in small doses, can be highly flammable and infectious in terms of going viral, especially if you are running the campaign into the lion's den. So, what initially may have been intended as an innocent cultural nod is actually super risky, given the tone that it might be seen as mocking rather than celebrating Chinese culture. Is it really worth taking such a big risk to enter the Chinese market? What do you think? Let's take a look at the actual outcome of this campaign. These video ads sparked significant outrage amongst Chinese customers, leading them to boycott the brand. The backlash led to the closure of some stores in China and the removal of their products from major e-commerce platforms. Analysts estimate this cost the company around $500 million in lost revenue. Additionally, in the first quarter of 2019, Dolce & Gabbana's social media engagements in China dropped by 98% compared to the same period in the previous year. This showed the long-lasting impact their brand reputation has in the region. Both this case and the one from the last episode show how crucial concept testing has become, given how easily outrage can go viral on social media. Whilst the saying "there is no such thing as bad publicity" is popular, it doesn't always hold true, especially in today's conscious environment. And that wraps up the 4th part of our mini course. Thanks for sticking with us this far. And if you don't want to miss the final episode, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye.